another moment in life.
Another moment in life. Another weekend in the snow here.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, that must have been it there.
The manhunt snow.
Yeah, there you go. Welcome back to Good Day Big Bear. I'm John Wells with Exit Realty.
And I'm Dan Bathurst with Exit Realty.
And welcome to this version of Find a Home in Big Bear. Giving you some updates on the residential stats and what's going on in the real estate market. And aside from the stats, there's so much stuff happening.
Right now, it's a very unique time. There's a lot of new laws and rules and drafts and regulations and things that we're all not even familiar with yet, that they're just being put on the table that are going to make some big changes and things that are coming forth. You know?
One of the biggest things that's going on, because like in the residential market, our average days on market was 128 days. So the closings that are happening right now started.
Yes.
3-4 months ago.
Yeah, and that is deceiving. You know, to a lot of people, they don't realize that. You know, it makes it look good on paper, but and the same thing with the foreclosures, same thing with the short sales. You know, and of course, short sales an oxymoron, but it is getting better. You know, and it has changed a little bit. But I won't say that. You know, in your case with the residentials, we're facing the same thing. We're 72 days on the market. In the foreclosure, if you look at the short sale though, it's really starting to show you the difference. Your average days on the market on a short sale is 152 days. So if you're really looking at something in the market,
so that's 5 months.
Yeah, that's a long time, and that's pretty standard still. Even though you would think there are a couple of banks out there that want to get it off their books and want to move on, and they understand the whole program, which are just so blessed if that's the deal you're working. But like I told you last week, you know, I'm dealing with people in India that there is no understanding of what's going on. I talked to an agent yesterday that has dealt with this particular bank, which is Aquin, and they are. And I want to put it out there.
Just put too fine a point on it there.
I want to fine tune this thing simply because I have to tell you that in the conversation that I had with this agent, it took her 1.5 years to get her deal done dealing with Aquin.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, and when I told her, she was looking at one of my houses that is through Aquin, the one in the desert, and she said, I'm not interested.
Not interested in even talking about it.
Because it's just too difficult.
All right.
And so, but you know, you deal with Chase, you deal with people in that range. Is that your dog?
I think so. It kind of sounded like it there a little bit, didn't it?
Sure did. But those people that they want to expedite everything as quick as they can, and they work with you well, and so that part's spreading a little bit. And your experience was through Equator, which was. You know, it was a pleasant experience for you. I mean, there are quirks in everything that you do. Every deal has an issue, but for you to get yours done in 52 days or
53, yeah,
that's remarkable.
Time, it was incredible, and even at that, it was very stressful.
Yes,
I cannot imagine what it would be like to be 6 months, a year and a half to get one of these short sales done.
And be aware. I want everybody to be aware is the fact that you know that you need to know what level you're stepping into when you're looking at a regular resale home. And the market has pretty much starting to educate those people, and their prices are reasonable now. So you don't necessarily need to be looking for that foreclosure or that short sale. But if you're looking to get through something quickly, I mean, obviously the deals are still a little better on a short sale, but it's for how long? I mean, what are you really saving waiting forever? And you know, if you have the time and energy to deal with that, that's great. But the foreclosures versus your residential, they're pretty much running neck and neck in timelines now, you know, and in price range, you know. So we don't have the same. You know, your residentials are at 273 is your average selling house now.
Right.
We're at the foreclosure stage. We're at 129, and in the short sale we're at 143. So it's
for an
still
average sales price. Yes.
For average sale price. So it's still that low end that is really showing up here for us, and for residential. I mean, if you recall, we were way down before. We were in the 100, 150 range.
Right. And now we're at 173 a foot.
Yeah. So I mean, the market is good.
Well, and there's not as much inventory left.
Right.
You know, and there's a lot more action so far. Residential sales year to date, and we're coming to you on February. What's today? 11th.
Today, 11th. Yes.
11th, day before Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Set.
No.
No.
My anniversary is on the 21st, so we did that on purpose so we could have our own time.
Kind of that double duty thing.
Exactly.
You got to go there.
Exactly.
We've had 71 sales year to date closed
already
in retail already in the residential market, whereas last year we were at 39 for this same date. So we are almost double where we were last year in residential sales.
And I think that that's the thing that people need to focus on is that your options now are huge,
right?
So much better than they have in the past. I mean, we've been on a 4 or 5 year drought on all of the cooperation from the lenders. I think the lenders are really out there working with clients. So,
and we only have 290 listings.
Yes,
which is very light for us. Winter, summer, well, summer would be incredibly light, but even
and you're
for winter,
creeping
we're
up.
very
I
light.
mean, you've got 290 listings where you got 14 in the short sale and 20 in the foreclosures. So that market is pretty much beat up and going away.
Right.
And I think people just for a few bucks more, looking at the resale, and that's why that market is really because you have such a wider range.
Right. Well, and also you're seeing the prices starting to edge up a little bit in all of these because you're getting almost bidding wars going on some of these auctions and things.
You are. I just experienced that.
Yeah, so. in the short sales, and by the time you mess around with a short sale for 6 months, you've lost the opportunity in other areas there. So heartily suggest you look at everything and find the one that rings your bell and get in the market.
So looking at the stats, and I think you'll agree with me, and if not, please correct me. That the situation now is it's a good time for people to list their home because the market, as John said, our inventory is way down.
Way low.
So this is a great opportunity for people to get their house on the market. We're on the back end of winter now, so you're looking at summer. Things are going to start picking up, and the early bird gets the worm. That's just the way it works, and that is what we try to put out there for everybody. That's the reason we do the stats, is to keep you aware of what's happening in the valley.
And again, if you're a seller, average days on market still 128.
Yeah,
still 128. So if you got in the market today, you're looking at March, April, May, June.
Right.
June is as an average. Now we've had some short ones. We had a home listed at 80,000. It sold the same day it listed.
Yeah,
that happens.
That's gonna happen.
Our $1 million home, we had two. One was listed at $1,990,000, sold for $1,965,000. 536 days on the market.
Wow.
So.
Well, but that tells you. I mean, you're getting 90% of your asking price now.
96.
So that's what you get.
Yeah.
And in the residential, and we're still looking at 95 in foreclosure, and we're getting 92 in the short sale. But if you look at it like this, I mean, if that is it, and you see the days on the market for what is selling, that means they're at the bottom. These people that are listed now, they've given up all the profit, they've given up everything, and so they're getting their 96% simply because they can't go any lower.
Right.
And I'm dealing with people in that same boat, and they have to make a choice. Next step is short sale and foreclosure. So you're looking at a time in the market when, if you are a resale and you're going to list now, get it out there. Your option time couldn't be better. People are going to be looking across the board from foreclosure, especially on the short sale and the timeline. They're definitely going to want to look a little closer at that resale market. And if you're experiencing that borderline decision, give John a call, give me a call at 909-878-0522, and we're happy to give you as much information as we can, or they can go on your website.
Find a home in BigBear.com, and you can also check on the company website, ExitRealtyBigBear.com.
Yes.
And if you would like to get copies of these stats, I mean, we didn't cover hardly anything here. We could do an hour. Very easily of just boring you with the stats, and they're fascinating stuff. I love looking at these and seeing the trends, where it was last week, where it is this week. If you'd like to get copies of these in your email, just let us know. We'll be happy to put you on the list.
And you can email either one of us. You can get John at exitrealtybigbear.com, or you can reach myself at daniel@exitrealtybigbear.com, and we're happy to give you any information that we have. We're not looking necessarily to pin you down to
there's no
get a listing,
hidden secret.
We don't have an agenda, but we do have a unique marketing concept.
Yes,
we have fantastic access to everything. We are a member of the board down the hill, so we make sure that all of Southern California knows that you're listed.
Board down the hill. Maybe next week we should talk about the appraisals and what's going on with that.
Yeah.
That's a show in and of itself. Thanks for tuning in. I'm John Wells.
And I'm Dan Bathurst.
And we're with Exit Realty in Big Bear. Have a great time and get in the market. It's a great time.